Hey everyone, and welcome back for Zelda. This time around, we've got Ambi once more, of course.
Hello.
And we're bringing back Snow for another run.
Howdy.
So, we did have a little bit of technical difficulties the first time we tried to record this. We thought we'd bring Roxie in, but we had some trouble with that, so this won't strictly be blind for Ambi, but it should be good enough.
They were mostly on my end. I'm very sorry.
We don't know there wasn't a glitch.
Discount nothing.
So, let's go ahead and get going. First off, I've got some art pieces to investigate for that I've been missing as we go along, so we'll just do a little bit of item collection first off. So, anything been interesting going on gaming-wise for you guys lately?
Well, I've gotten back into Guild Wars 2 now that I have a computer that can run it at more than 15 frames per second. So.
And how's that been going?
Yeah, quite well. Enjoying it a lot.
I have been investigating Dark Souls 3, and it's a mess.
A good mess or a bad mess?
Kind of both. It's taking a lot from Bloodborne, but it's just a bit strange.
Were they from the same developer? I don't remember.
I think they were.
Okay. Well, I mean, it was a pretty popular game, so I can understand them wanting to get a little bit of inspiration from that.
That is true.
I've never really tried any of the Dark Souls game myself, and always felt they were probably a little bit beyond my skills.
I had the weird sensation of every time a boss battle would come up and it'd be like the giant monsters, I'd be absolutely fine, be like, yes, I've played Monster Hunter. This is all good. This is all good. But then like the dozens of tiny things I would just get mercilessly wrecked by. I was like, yeah, there's too much here.
Well, I guess that makes sense. Seems like there'd be a lot of similarity between Monster Hunter type fights and Dark Souls type fights, just from what little I know about them.
Don't get hit. Pretty much the key in both.
That and they both involve kind of fancy mechanical stuff, don't they?
A bit,
Moderate a bit.
So there's that cave above the graveyard that I'm trying to get to, but we need to get to the Dark World first to get in there.
Where's the nearest Dark World over here? Is it way back in the village? Or?
Yeah, we gotta go through the Lost Woods to get there.
Of course.
To the woods.
Back thinking about it, I think I'm just gonna go straight to the next dungeon first, just to get a bit more into the action since Ambi's already seen all this collection before.
If it helps, I've probably forgotten this one.
So,
Hopefully I haven't, because the first time around was a little bit troublesome.
Going in blind.
Not quite blind, but close to it. The back half of the game I've got a lot less of a good memory of than the front half.
can't blame you there. This is the longest part.
Yeah. Okay, that one's also a heavy stone. So here we are back at the Village of Outcasts.
No, the lasers.
2D Zelda loves its sword lasers.
3D was going to have them first as well. The Ocarina of Time was going to have them in some early builds, but they ended up changing their mind on that, unfortunately.
Pity. That would have made it so much easier.
Yep. So, here we are with the entrance to the dungeon. Get in, all you have to do is break the statue.
Oh.
And now we come to this room.
Just lift it up.
Hopefully you at least remember this part, Ambi.
Oh, yeah. I remember the dickish hidden doors. Do you know what would be fun? If we blocked off most of the lower half of these areas. Not like from going there, from seeing them.
Yeah.
Even if you're in there.
Let's see if I can be fast enough to avoid that thing. Okay, good.
Gotta go fast.
See, it wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for the monsters down there. It was more like a maze or something. But
Oh, okay. But they're like,
I guess
"Aye."
it could.
They're sort
I
of
guess
like,
it could be worse.
Monster mazes.
specifically monsters that like spit pretty damaging fireballs at you.
Yeah. Ah. Maybe you can't actually transform those into fairies. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I just missed. Hard to tell.
I think you can from the looks of it.
Yeah, I think you can when they're under pots, though, because I remember doing that at one point.
I can't remember that one.
Might just have to magic every part we come across. For science.
Well, does the magic powder do anything to other Dark World things?
Sometimes weaker enemies in general are more affected by it than stronger ones. So, mostly I would guess not, but there's probably some things that would get, like, transformed into a slime or something. That's kind of the default thing for any weak things that you use magic powder on.
The base state of everything is slime. Apparently. Primordial ooze.
The best type of ooze.
I don't know, I mean, what about black pudding? That's a type of ooze.
I don't think I've ever had that.
You mean the food or the D&D monster?
That was the joke.
Okay.
As far as I'm not entirely sure why the D&D monster is even called black pudding. It's just an ooze that is super acidic, I think. Melts it.
Yeah. They use pudding as the name for a lot of the different kinds of oozes. I think there's also white pudding for, like, something in Arctic areas.
Well, there you go.
Very misleading though. Don't try to eat it.
Kingdom of Loathing did a gag with that, where there's a black pudding food item that when you did eat it, you had a 1 in 3 chance of having to fight a black pudding.
I remember that. Quite fun.
That game's still around, you know.
I mean, it's been around for what, 10, 11 years now?
Something like that. Started in, I want to say 2004, 2003?
Not bad for
You know
an
anything-
internet game.
Yeah? Do you know anything about it, Ambi?
A bit, mostly from, I think, you and Snow and Rog talking about it.
Yeah, I think Rod used to play it. I don't know if they still do.
Not sure. I think I tried it maybe once myself, but forgot to come back to it.
It's got kind of a hard learning curve, especially nowadays. Some of the gameplay is a little bit... It could be better.
The humor always seemed great. Bees. Bees.
Okay, then I've got a pretty good idea when it is that you played based on that. Yeah, one of the modes for it that they released, the first custom gameplay style mode that they released was the bee avatar run. I forget what exactly it was called.
Bees hate you.
That's it, right? Where if you used any item that had the letter B in it, you'd get damaged.
Yeah, that was the one. That was the one.
So, we've got all 3 of the dungeon items already. Really front load this one. See if I can...
Do we have the special item yet? Because we just got the big key.
Not the dungeon item, but we've got the map, compass, and key. There's still ways from the actual dungeon item itself.
Strange, doesn't seem like we've gone through that many rooms.
Well, we haven't. It's just this sort of 4-way thing at the start. They really give them all to you right at the start in this one. It's kind of a weird twist if you're used to the other Zelda games where the big key is basically just a boss key. In Link to the Past, it was more just, okay, now you're in the next part of the dungeon. Sometimes that was just the boss room, sometimes it's where you're supposed to go next.
Stealth Force.
Yep. Still seeing those. Well, that's an empty room.
Not ominous at all.
Yeah, this overall is kind of a trap dungeon. Really loves its tricks.
So many tricks. Hidden walkways. Other things that I can remember.
You'll remember more once we see it, I'm sure.
Oh, conveyors.
This
That would be one.
mess.
And these sort of like...
Fake bubbles.
kinda, yeah. It can only be hurt whenever they like jump out of their things.
There we go.
Always have backup.
Not even gonna try those elevators, just nope. Shut.
See, I've never done it that way, so...
Well, you're better at the game than I am. Is a difference there.
Or you're just playing smarter than I do.
Well, see, you have to do it when you're not good at actually dodging things.
This looks fun.
The greatest room. Just noping out for now. It's like, no, I'm not bothered. These crooked things, though, are awful. So durable. Is it blind or blend or something?
It's blind.
That's a strange name for a thief.
Well, we did hear about him in Kakariko. He was the thief that didn't like light, and so he stayed in the thieves' hideout. That was a good idea.
Oh, Jesus. Skull snakes. Do these have a name?
Probably. They are called skull ropes. Which is basically what you just said, since snakes are ropes.
Same thing.
Yep. You just put on your snakes and lizard hat.
No.
Ropes, not robes.
Speaking of monsters, I might as well pull up the name list.
I've got it here too, just to keep myself from forgetting. These guys here are Chasupas, these Ibats.
Now we're just gonna bomb the floor because who cares about the structural integrity of this dungeon?
It's not in very good condition anyway, so just speeding things along.
I mean, it's a dungeon. Why not break it?
I'm not sure where these windows are, though. Never thought about that before, but where... How are we getting light shining through windows?
That's a good question. We're deep underground.
Yeah?
I don't know, I mean, it's entirely possible to, like, do that. I say from playing Dwarf Fortress. Basically, because in Dwarf Fortress, if your doors don't see sunlight for a long time, they become darkness adapted. And so whenever they do go into sunlight, they will begin throwing up. Because they're like, oh god, this light. So the way to do this was to maintain like a sunlight tolerance by... what's the way? Oh yeah, by basically just regularly exposing them to sunlight. Either have channels of the fortress that will like go above ground, so they get their, you know, regular dose of vitamin D, and don't react to sunlight as if it's poison. Or alternatively, you can like dig shafts down to like give your dwarves sunlight deep underground, which of course is what I did, because why would you ever go above ground? That's where all the monsters and things are.
I mean,
Oh,
it was trapped.
yeah. Oh well. I tried.
Alas, poor fairy.
Still wondering, whoever built these dungeons, how the heck did they get back out?
Back door.
Maybe they never did.
I mean, they locked the doors behind them at least.
Well, there are those teleporters that always appear when you kill a boss. Maybe that has something to do with it.
One day, the final boss will be the dungeon architect.
What's the stairs down? Is that just to get up if you go through the hole?
What was that?
It's like the stairs going down there in that previous room.
Oh, that's probably the way you're supposed to go, because I wasn't actually trying to get through that door. Didn't realize it was backtrack.
Yeah, that's... yeah.
Okay, yeah, already cleared out those pots. Unfortunately, pots don't replenish until you leave the dungeon and come back.
And then monsters do.
Well, monsters seem to replenish anyway, so...
There's kind of a time limit on them.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Damn it, fairy. Half a heart. Half a heart.
Well, so long as I'm not half dead, I'm okay with it. Probably replenish something here. Just rupees. If nothing else, this run is going a lot better than my first time through this dungeon. First time I spent felt like 10 minutes on just the first set of 4 rooms because I could not find how to get to the big key chest. Here's something a little mean.
Oh, this mess.
And they don't ever stop firing fireballs, do they?
It doesn't seem like it.
Well, this is strange.
Some sort of prison. Oh, there's a person. And a key. The key is much more important.
Yeah.
See? We rescued the maiden. That's the maiden, right?
Yep. Dungeon over.
Oh.
We can leave now.
Sweet. Fuck boss fights.
Well, we still want to get the dungeon item at least.
Oh,
Wherever
true.
that might be.
Right here.
Oh,
Here we go.
with those things. Creepy
Oh, we have
things.
those Diglett digs. Gotta get them all.
Oh, of course this dungeon did that.
Yeah. Do I have enough space to not fall in the hole if I do this? Let's find out. Yes. Okay, good.
Oh, I always just jumped off. I mean, sure, your way works too.
They're like, I don't need this health. Don't need it. Oh, that means we can now lift this big block.
Yep.
Up it goes.
And we've
Down
got
it
this cool room that is nothing but a trap.
Oh, this
Oh,
room.
yes. Just gonna blast them all. Fuck it.
Oh, they float.
It
Yeah,
didn't do it.
makes sense.
Okay, lightning.
You tried.
That worked.
Yeah.
That worked.
Well, we gotta get every room, too.
That's true.
100% completion.
I love that that it's just giant blocks, it's not even a rock or anything that you're picking up.
I also love the animation, just... Okay, I got it, yeah, it's fine.
It's a little touches.
It goes from, oh god, this is heavy, to, yeah, I can hold this with my head, fine. It's cool.
Well, it says the boss room is that empty room up there. That's not suspicious at all.
We don't need to go to it, we can just leave, right?
You think so?
Yeah, let's go leave.
Let's try that.
No, let's leave, let's leave.
Okay.
I mean, she did ask to be taken out.
Yeah, we're gonna take her out, then we fight the boss. Let's leave.
Oh,
But that's the exit. I don't understand. Oh,
well, you took the smart way. I tried to walk back out.
okay, so just leaving didn't work. My bad. Maybe we have to fight the boss to, like, for her to be allowed to leave?
Probably.
Like she's trapped in some other way rather than the regular giant crystal way?
I mean, can't put everyone in crystals. That's a bit, Figure out how to free one, you free them all.
Yeah. Gotta keep things interesting.
So stuff.
Let's see. She was downstairs. Okay.
The sword lasers definitely make the stealth boss like a lot easier.
Everything, really. As long as you can keep.
Which isn't often in these places.
Yeah, just go for it. Just do it as 0 damage roll. never get hit ever. That way you always have the sword lasers. So the games are easier, right?
Well, makes sense. Wow, those spikes throw you far.
Yes, they
Oh,
do.
damn, they do.
I think that's so you don't get trapped against them with the conveyor belt.
Oh, that's fair.
That would happen, I guess.
I don't think those bubble clad things ever drop items.
Well, I guess they don't have any pockets.
You're not wrong.
Primarily. Technically correct. The best kind of correct. These guys, and therefore. Can you block their fire? Oh no, the blocking's a passive thing.
Yeah, unfortunately, the shield isn't strong enough to block that kind of beam. It's only basic fireballs that the red shield can block.
Damn. Is there another upgrade for the shield, or is this it?
Yeah, there's another one.
Oh damn. Does it allow us to block those, or?
It does, and we will get it eventually.
Eventually.
Right before the final boss?
Probably.
Well, actually, now that I think about it, I'm not sure if it does allow you to block those kind of laser beams.
Well, I can check.
Thank you, sir.
Someone has to be on research.
I would, but my keyboard is very, very clacky.
As is mine.
And you probably shouldn't spoil yourself.
That too.
too.
That too.
Let's see. It can stop
Gotcha.
beams, it can reflect whiz robes, it cannot stop BMO beams, so
Okay.
it can
So
block
just-
most stuff.
Just beam type stuff, it sounds like. Huh. Well, she's actually asking us to take her outside, which is weird.
Because she won't go outside. Maybe she's agoraphobic.
Not trapped at all. This is just wanting help to get into the outside world.
Well, at least now we've got all the things. It's a relatively short, just sort of hop to the boss room. And maybe he'll, like, come out now that she's here?
Well, you're technically right.
Well, yep. That certainly works. Oh, Jesus. Lasers. Are those his hands at the end? Like sort of tentacles? Or are like the ends of his arms just on fire?
I have no idea. I mean, you can see his anatomy.
I mean, he has
Or
two heads
lack
right now.
thereof. Spooky ghost business and detachable heads. It's like a World of Warcraft Halloween event.
Nice.
I forgot that was the best use of the magic meter. I was wondering, like, can you not blast them? No, just become invincible forever. Yeah. Well,
Or at least for long enough to kill him.
well, here's the real maiden. Trapped
Yeah.
in the what's it called? Magic crystal, I guess?
I don't know if it has a name. I think it's just a crystal.
Plum bob?
Yeah, plum ball.
Plum pop.
What is it? That's what the things above the Sims heads are called, the combos.
Yeah. And that's basically what it looks like.
Hmm.
And here we get some backstory.
And that's it, I read. We're the last of the bloodline of knights.
Yep. Is that irony? And I think this is Ambi's trip, so we'll pause for a bit after this, and we'll be back after a quick edit break.
See you soon.